Welcome back, everybody, to the Worm Odyssey, starring Ikki. We're going into this with Miki.
We're going into Wormamari
Hey, Miki, you're so fun. You're so
Yes,
fun. You blow
with
my mind. Hey,
Katamari.
Miki.
She
Because
is my
Ikki really
favorite,
likes Kickin.
at least in We Heart Katamari.
And I love that you can just make the hat bigger with the little poker. But look at the cool hula hoops.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
I like that they actually take into consideration of how she would wear them, like on their. Is it a she or he?
It's a she. And yeah, it's actually
love
pretty cool how all the cousins have unique... Well, at least most of the accessories changed to accommodate the cousins. But anyways,
Right.
where are we going this time? We are... Ooh.
Rolling up money,
We're
which is
rolling
incredible
up
because we're starting right away with one of my favorite songs in the game.
Yep, and you guys might remember this one from a little game called We Heart Katamari.
Yeah.
Yahoo!
And, because, yeah, we still gotta help the king out with his amnesia. He's still not feeling too good after that meteorite collided with his head.
I remember. We failed to remember better times.
But what we do remember is money.
We've got to
And-
have money.
And we also remember two classic songs from Katamari's history, and now, for the first time, they've been
remixed.
mashed up together. And I'm a sucker for mashups, and that being said, this is a really fun mashup.
A mashup between Everlasting Love and You Are Smart.
Yeah.
And I gotta agree, it's basically a best of both worlds for this track. It's really good.
Right? It's like, it starts off simply, fair enough. Then we get the guitar in there.
So you
Also,
may
after-
remember the utter turmoil of how this mission goes in We Heart. Specifically when
Yeah.
trying to go for, like, the stupidly expensive items, like that diamond ring.
Yeah.
But Ikki, how does it feel now with the power of forever ascension?
It feels really good. Except for when I'm playing on this emulator, that makes me roll really stinking slow.
We fixed that eventually. Also, as you'll notice, there actually was also this is actually also a re-recording of this stage, which is why it's no longer Miki, but now Ramen.
Oh, Hans.
Sorry, Miki, not today.
Oh, Hans.
We will switch back to you eventually, but
So
yeah.
yeah,
no.
like in
I can't-
thankfully all the items from in how they're arranged in here Katamari apply to here, so hit this bamboo pole here, you get some old coins that are extremely valuable.
Ooh.
Nice.
I think they
Ah,
bumped
these-
up the value between We Heart and this game.
Thank you, inflation.
Mm-hmm.
And again, just like once you play a Katamari with jump, you're gonna be like, why did they ever
Why did
take
they
this
go
long to
so
do it?
long without this?
It's like it's like I forget if we even brought this up in the last session, but it's like how Pikmin 3 and 4 added in the Go Here function for the captains, where previously when we had Louie on our side, that was never a thing, and that made that game 100% worse.
How did I almost run out from that ring?
That was a close one. But yeah, and that's why I'm really hoping that once upon a time, the next Katamari game may still have a jump function if it is still a traditional Katamari experience.
Oh, Once Upon a Katamari, yeah.
Yeah, as of recording, we just heard a bill. It's like a trademark
A
listing.
trademark
for that title.
listing for Once Upon a Katamari was recently filed by Banco.
So,
Ow!
of course.
Now we feel what true love is.
So of course, I mean, it could all be, hell, here, say this, or like.
It could
oh,
just
they're
be, it's like,
recording
oh, it's
this.
for, like, a mobile game, or, like, God forbid, are NFTs still
Katamari.
relevant in this year?
a mobile exclusive Katamari turn-based RPG.
No!
Imagine this. Once Upon a Katamari, now available for the Sega Pico.
Oh my god.
What's the Pico?
It's
That's
like
right,
that
the
drawing
Pico?
tablet from the 90s.
Yeah, the one that Sega made for entertainment purposes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
like the
had that.
predecessor to the Leapfrog, or whatever.
Right, it had such epic hits like Tales in the Music Maker and Sonic the Hedgehog Game World.
Game World or Gay World?
Yeah, Game
only-
World.
Okay.
My only.
Sorry,
my
it's
only
been a
regret-
long day, and my brain is kind of like mush.
It's all good. We are doing this a little later than normal. Took this in with my gym and stuff. My only regret about this song is that the stage does not give you enough time to hear the entire piece.
No, you only got 4 minutes, I think.
So just like that, in about 10 seconds, our time here is already going to be up. And so again, there are still other songs, but
It's Odeon! Again!
Odeon.
This is
Yeah.
just wrong.
Oh damn, it's Odeon. Wait, what?
Now, and I forgot to ask.
And I just noticed that gold medal was like, fuck!
Damn.
Ah, well. Ha cha cha. Now, would you say, I think we already asked this in the last session. In these flashback stages, are the presents and cousins in the same spots that they were in those games?
For the most part, I think there's like 1 or 2 little deviations here and there. The price is a puzzle, but his eyes are wide open.
We saw
wait.
the week of failure.
Okay, never mind then.
We
Aww.
did really well. He got like every like special MacGuffin we could find.
You'd be surprised there. Well, you need to strike a balance between quantity and quality.
I guess.
Because despite all the valuable items I rolled up, it's still not that big a Katamari.
See, I figured he wouldn't care about the size. He would only care about the price.
Which is funny because in We Heart Katamari, his comments are kind of vague in relation to that mission. It's like,
Yeah.
wow, it's money, I think. We don't understand the value of money, but I guess it's money. And that's when you've got like the highest possible score for it.
True. Oh yeah. And also, sorry, I will get to you, Steve, but I was to say that, again, with the newly gained ability to ascend, it's now time for our first ever true journey of the Katamari in full 3 dimensions.
Our
As opposed to
first?
just on a flat surface. Well, as in, like, it's supposed to go on a flat surface. Now we actually can properly swim with this stuff.
Well, no, it plays exactly like the original from We Heart.
But with jumping.
Yeah, but it still plays the exact same. All the items and objects are in the same arrangements.
Alright. Well, enjoy this. Enjoy swimming underwater while being able to actually swim upwards as opposed to climbing up a wall.
I think this is one of the few times where a RoboKing stage is a previous level.
True.
I guess maybe it's a surefire. Maybe it's a case of like they were running out of time, so they just said, "Screw it, let's just slap another one from the classic games and call it a RoboKing level."
Beats
Yeah, like
me.
redistribute them. So, Steve, what have you been up to with the recent DC news, announcements from that big animation or TV show media thing?
I mean, I'm interested in some of it. I think one thing that has me curious is the My Adventures with Green Lantern show, which is, I think, basically all but confirmed it's going to be in the same universe as that Superman show, which I really do need to see My Adventures with Superman. Like, I hear nothing but great things about it.
You haven't watched it yet?
Not yet, I haven't.
Let me put it this way: as a creative, myself, is for someone who really does not care about comic book superheroes or whatever, I really enjoy My Adventures with Superman. It's so charming.
That's good. I mean, honestly,
It's
it definitely
It's
is.
really fun to watch, and it's surprisingly breezy.
Yeah.
It's
It's
the
fun.
Avatar people, right?
Excuse me?
I was saying it's by the Avatar people, right? Or am I confusing up us?
I think it is the same animation studio, but yeah, I just keep hearing that it's the kind of thing that Superman really needs at the moment, because not for nothing, I can't think of too many successful things he's been in as of late, so I'm glad he has that show at least.
I always prefer it when superheroes are allowed to be total dweebs or goofballs.
Oh, and Superman
Fair.
absolutely is. It's just a matter of
Well, in this instance, he is, but previous outings with Superman IP, I know it's I guess it's the big punching bag of superhero fans or DC fans.
Kind of.
But Batman v Superman did no favors.
Well, to be fair, that's yeah, a lot of that is just. Honestly, that could be its own separate video talking about the issues with that. But anyway, back to the DC stuff. I don't have too much to say regarding the other shows because I feel like I need to see more of them before I have an opinion on it. I will say one thing regarding games that personally disappoints me is the fact that they canceled that Monolith Wonder Woman game, which really annoys me, because like I was really curious to see what it was going to look like, and I always figured Diana deserved a solo game. And just the fact that it's canceled before we even get so much as gameplay footage of it just really infuriates me.
Or even an announcement.
No,
What's
they announced
frustrating
it. They
is-
just only gave us a teaser.
Did they?
What I'm frustrated about that, and what I'm frustrated about that most of all, Ikki, is that not only was it going to be, featuring Diana, but a big reason of why they chose Monolith in particular was because, present. Now you just need the cousin on the raft.
That present is
not-
so much easier to collect in this game.
Hell yeah.
Thanks to
is
the
that,
bug.
it was going. Oh my gosh! Is that with poor Mermaid, with Monolith being it, they were the ones that did all the Shadow of Mordor or Shadow of War and Shadow of Mordor games, because they were the ones that. Come on, you. Yeah. Shy.
She's so shy.
They were the ones that like had that cool.
Rival system.
What the hell? What was it?
Or,
What
no,
was it?
the Nemesis system.
Nemesis, thank you. The Nemesis system of like you would fight people in the overworld and then they would remember you if they got away and like they would grow stronger and stuff like that. And like like in hindsight, like a lot of like Diana's like villain gallery or like just the enemies of the Amazons in general, like with her sword fighting, like it fits. She fights with a sword, right?
It's like a
she fights with a sword
dynamic
and a
battle
shield.
system in which characters that you don't defeat but let them go run away will just come back later.
Sometimes maybe they'll help you, maybe they'll work with you, but like there is a whole thing, and the reason why you haven't heard about it much is because after Shadow of War and Shadow of Mordor like popularized and made a huge big deal about it, Warner Brothers patented it
Oh.
so that no other game could legally use it until the patent expires in 2036.
Oh.
Which that's
2034.
that's kind of dumb, but you know what? It could probably be at least somewhat excused if they start releasing games that actually utilize the engine since then. And to my knowledge,
hasn't
they
Nintendo
haven't.
done essentially the same thing with some of their patents?
I know. I'm not forgiving them either. It's dumb. And you're right, Hype. It'd be dumb if they didn't release any games. What would be dumber is if they also canned the studio that made the staying system in the first place.
Yeah, it's a shame because like they did to that. They did it to Player First Games, which I feel bad for the employees, but I can't say I didn't see it coming. And there was a third studio that they canceled. I think it was like WB San Diego. I don't know if they were working on anything specific at that time, but yeah, it just kind of further underlines the fact that we all give Disney flack, and for good reason. But if there's one thing you could say about them, it's that they at least release things.
Huh.
For better or for worse.
But no, that's the thing. It's like they at least let projects finish. It's not like Warner Brothers where they just decide to just cancel it just for kicks.
Yeah, but I don't know. I kind of have a bit of beef with Disney. Well, Disney Pixar, to be more precise, as of late. I don't know if we discussed it before, but, you remember that whole win or lose situation where they just outright decided to scrap the pivotal scene for one of the characters only because it was, pro-trans representation? It's like...
Nope, don't go there.
At this point in time, the last thing you'd want to do is capitulate to the lowest common denominator and just... we're just gonna play it safe and just not do the thing that actually means something. We're just gonna make it a fun thing for the family, and you guys don't gotta worry about nothing
Oh my
because
lord.
it's for family times. And oh god, those guys
Oh
are
no,
making
there's
up.
something to do
Goodbye,
with
Grandpa.
Oh,
Oh dang, it carried the momentum. Alright, I'm sure that's gonna be fine.
the buttons.
But yeah, it's I understand where you're coming from, but again, my whole argument is the fact that, again, I'm not defending any of the stuff that Disney's doing, but my point is that, Disney, yeah, they'll tinker with their
Fireflies.
products so that it'll, appease whatever investors they have, but at the end of the day, those products will still see the light of day, even if they're, butchered to a degree. Whereas with Warner Brothers, if Warner Brothers was running Win or Lose, they'd probably straight up cancel it before it even gets a chance to finish its first season.
Or worse, they'd allow it to finish production and then cancel it.
Exactly.
Not wrong.
I mean, that could just be said for every fucking media mogul these days.
Especially
Yep,
Zaslav.
we're just hanging in there and hoping to find some fun bits and pieces. Even if there are times where now I'm wondering if I should be looking overseas. Like, I'm curious about that Nazon movie and Nazon 2. I'm curious about how well those are. I'm curious about movies like Paddington. I'm curious about like.
Well, isn't
fucking,
Paddington published by Warner Brothers?
Was it?
I forgot who distributed it, but yeah.
I thought it was maybe Paramount. Let me see.
But yeah,
When I
there's
was-
stuff like that. There's one
I was on
film
my
that
way. I was on my way back home from the arcade the other day, like last week actually, and when I was leaving the mall where the arcade was at, I noticed that there was a poster for Paddington in Peru.
Yep, that's the third one.
Did that recently release? Because it had an air date for like February 18th or something.
Yes,
Huh.
and they already have a fourth one in production.
Well, I mean, like, I hear they're good films. Like, I've seen a bit of the first one. I do want to finish it one of these days.
I'd heard nothing but glowing praise for the Paddington series.
Same. And to be fair, we did enjoy our time with the Wonka prequel.
Right, and Wonka is made by the same people that directed Paddington.
So
Is
I was
Timothée
looking
Chalamet also the bear?
No.
Oh,
The bear is Ben Whishaw.
that doesn't sound like Chalamet at all.
I'll look it up who he does. But okay, so looking at hype, Steve, I don't.
Don't worry about it. You're among
The
friends.
the gloves are coming off. Do you like it when I say that, or would you prefer if I don't call you hype?
Well, I mean, like, I'll be honest. Like, I joke about the fact that like you're the only person in the group that regularly calls me hype instead of my last name. I'm not super offended by it. I just like pointing it up for the sake of a joke. The fact that like, oh, he actually remembers I have a name.
He says that, even though I'm pretty sure I'm more guilty about that than Logan is.
Hey, you're not a Firefly.
Oh, that's fun though. But okay, fair enough.
It's like a big
hello.
lemon.
Let's do it. Oh, the
Yeah,
butterfly,
come
love.
to me. Behold my bright ball.
Bring it on here, everybody!
Come and get it. Flypaper half off. Oh, okay.
Let's slap it right
And
there.
then they took a whiff of your cologne.
Ugh.
Anyway,
These guys are partying.
but yeah, you were
yes,
trying to
Steve.
say?
That apparently was not Warner Brothers. It's a company called Heyday Films and Studio Canal.
Huh. I could have sworn it had
Oh, hey,
some big
Dip.
studio distributing it, but I guess it really is just sort of indie-ish.
It's
What's wrong
Dippy
with
Fresh.
What's wrong with Dip, Ikki?
It's Dippy Fresh.
I know I like Dip. One of my favorite designs. Anyway,
He's just a disco ball.
let's see. Ben Whishaw. Apart from Paddington, he is also in. Oh gosh, I mean it's British film, so I don't. Oh, he was Q in Skyfall,
Sky.
Bond film.
Oh, Bond. Okay, that would explain it.
Basically, he's the Gizmo gadget guy
The smart inventor guy.
Right.
Right,
okay,
in all of
right.
the in all the recent ones, he was Michael Banks in Mary Poppins Returns.
Did he own any banks?
Yes.
Was he
Mighty
going to run a
Jordan.
bank-making operation off of those banks?
No, that's not until you see.
But Dad, aren't some
not
of
until you
those
say
banks?
Saving Mr. No, unless you see Saving Mr. No, until you see. Have you ever seen Saving Mr. Banks?
I've heard about it, but I haven't seen the whole thing.
Is it
I
based
heard
on
it's
Walt
pretty-
Disney himself?
Yes, ish.
What?
Go ahead.
I was about to say I heard of it, and I heard it was like even if it does take a few liberties, that it's a very entertaining docudrama, and that apparently Tom
I
Hanks
enjoy
does a good Walt Disney.
Oh,
I
he
mean,
does.
Tom Hanks does a
is-
good anything.
Tom Hanks is Walt Disney, and he nails the like. I think the tone
Honestly,
stuff
like
really well.
I probably should
Except
try
for
that.
except for Geppetto. But we don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Oh right.
Continue.
Honestly, I was about to say like I probably should look a little bit more into like Tom Hanks films, like because I remember seeing bits of Saving Private Ryan, and obviously I like his work as Woody in Toy Story. Honestly, like looking back through a lot of them, I feel like I don't know how much of a take this is. I feel like out of a lot of them, I feel like his most fun performance is probably in the first film. Because there's just something about all the line deliveries that he has with, like, some lines that just, to this day, still cracks me up. more than like some of the deliveries he has in some of the later films.
It's his most energized take for the character, I'd say.
What? What are you talking about?
There's that. It's like, Bob's like an alien. Where? Pa!
Yeah, the fucking
He just shouts it loud. No, he gave it his all. It's so much fun. And nerd boy, we gotcha.
I just find it funny how his brother acts as like an understudy for him, or
Pretty
something.
solid one at that. Yeah, he does.
It's like if you can't afford the real Tom Hanks, you go for Tom Danks.
You mean Jim Hanks?
Yes, because they they share. They're related because they share the same first name. But anyway,
Maybe if you're in Japan.
but yes,
So very right.
So yeah, but yeah,
But it
saving
could be
Mr.
right.
Bank. Well, you got a lot of lighting. No kidding. Lots of fireflies here. Well, duh.
Yeah, but it could have been
Scoring.
better. Zazu.
Zazu.
Wasn't that the name of the
Babalu.
bird from
Yeah.
Lion Mufasa?
Sure was.
Oh, you mean Zazu?
Yes.
I thought that was John Oliver.
Some mean-looking glasses.
Yeah. They kind of remind me of the fucking. They kind of remind me of the fucking weed from VeggieTales.
Oh, the
Yeah.
rumor weed.
Keep it going.
To this day, that is the only episode of VeggieTales that I've ever seen and remembered.
Honestly, like, this might sound weird coming from a 32-year-old man, but honestly, I do kind of have a fondness for like a lot of the early VeggieTales. Like the best way I could describe it is that like it's kind of like the children's Christian equivalent of like Sesame Street. Like there's like a genuine like earnestness to a lot of the earlier episodes that I just can't
Well, it's
help
also
but be
because-
endeared by.
It's also because they don't exclusively focus on, you know, Christian values, I guess.
Well, I mean, they
I mean,
do.
how-
It is marketed
how-
towards Christian children. I think the thing is that, like, it doesn't dumb it down, despite its
They
audience
don't
being little
hyper-focus
children.
on it without forgetting that, oh, this is a kid's cartoon. It should probably appeal to kids. Also, Miki's just floating... Oh, wait, no, she has a... What is she doing? Is she floating on nothing? Oh,
she was
she's
doing a
walking.
yoga pose. Anyway, Everlasting Love Adam remix.
Again.
And,
Oh, wait, no,
but
this is a
this-
different one.
I'll say, but this is the version to make Ikki happy because whereas Everlasting Plus You was the English cover, this is the Japanese cover.
And... I kind of don't like this one version.
Not a fan.
No, and I don't really like the stage.
I thought you loved the racing one from We Heart.
No,
Oh, really?
no, I don't. Because
I think he's. I'm
trying to
I'm
get
pretty
to
sure
the target height with like a possible comet time is a pain in the dick. Because you keep getting knocked around by the fucking racers.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
because you're
you
so
can't
tiny.
You can't stop. Gotta keep moving. Anyway, continue, Ikki.
The most I could say about VeggieTales, from a person that's only seen one episode at least, and could only remember that one episode, is that when I was a kid, I didn't even register it as like a Christian cartoon, or like
No, I think it's
anything
just-
overtly religious. I thought it was just, oh, funny CG vegetable characters just doing goofy shit, and
I think
a superhero defeats a big 80s nagging mom stereotype.
The fib.
Oh, no, he was talking about the
weed.
rumor weed.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
with
Okay.
the
I was thinking
fucking beehive hairdo and the mom glasses.
Oh, I was thinking the one where it was like Larry Boy, and it was the story of the fib, where like a big purple, like the classic story of like the more you tell a fib, the bigger it gets.
Right, yeah,
No.
that was the fit from outer space, and then the rumor weed, which rumor weed's kind of funny because like I feel like it's one of the few VeggieTale episodes where it kind of feels disassociated from like the typical VeggieTales format. it ends in a similar way to where they'll pull up a Bible verse and talk about it, but outside of that, there's like it kind of feels like it could be like its own separate thing than just an episode of the show.
That's true.
I just find it funny how casual it's presented at first. It's like I'm going to tell the guy, the gardener guy, that you're up to no good. And it's like he gets a phone call or something. It's like, I'll be right back. You just stay here. It's like,
Oh yeah.
okay.
Oh, yeah. Larry is a. I was almost about to say a himbo, but he's a cucumber.
He is a himbo at times.
This is a kids show, you dope.
All right, we're back in this. Anyway,
Are you saying that kid shows can't have himbos?
But,
Robbie Rotten
I mean,
is by definition
listen. One of our favorite movies is The Emperor's New Groove, and one of its biggest
Tarzan
highlights
is a
on the
Disney
right.
princess in a himbo.
Look at Tarzan on the right of this
Whoa,
damn
look at him.
Katamari. Look at him go. Anyway, did you? I mean,
Oh, we got
okay.
Drive!
Nice.
He's a new
couple
cousin for this game.
Who's just like his body is shaped like a car.
Yeah, and if you drive... No, if you enter driving mode in this level or beyond, hint, he gets a sidecar, which is just a smaller version of himself.
That's cute. Anyway, so thoughts, many thoughts. I think VeggieTales like being like not as overtly like surface level beat you over the head with Christianity until like the very end to be like, hey, there was a lesson there, and it just so happens to line up with this. I don't think that's wrong. Like I honestly would prefer if there was ever to be like media publications like that for any religion. I feel like that would be the best way to go about it. Like focus on entertainment and telling a good story first, besides just Sunday school time.
Don't force the moral into the kids' faces, and don't treat it as it's the only thing that the kids need to take in. You have to
Right,
provide
respect their
some form of
intelligence.
entertainment for them to actually get hooked into. Something
Yeah,
to keep
respect
them
their-
watching. And then at least spoon feed them, like, basic morals or whatever.
Because
Don't just
ideally,
indoctrinate them, I guess. Or
No, yeah.
don't treat
Because
don't treat them as if they can't pick up what you're putting down.
Right. Ideally, if I'm not to say, oh, present.
Yep.
Nice. I'm not saying that this would be what I'm not going to ever get into this sort of business, but like, ideally, if one were to try and make media like that, you would want them to come over to your side naturally and not feel like they had just had their hand held and dragged over there. It's not fun either way.
And honestly, like, first off, sorry for that little bit of absence. I had to put the puppies to bed. And second off, again, that's kind of why I compare it to Sesame Street in the sense of like, even though it is made for like a very young audience, it doesn't belittle them in that regard.
Yeah.
Not to mention, it also provides some form of entertainment or like a wink to the adults watching with their kids, so it doesn't become
Oh, yeah,
not.
there's
Oh yeah, like
there.
there's a surprising amount of humor that I think can also like, skew fairly well for the adults as well. Like Mr. Lund, I think is like probably the prime example of that. He is the funniest character in the show, and there's one bit that I still love. On the DVD for Jonah, the VeggieTales movie Jonah, there's a separate commentary track with both Larry and Mr. Lund. And they come, and a lot of the stuff they say is stuff that I'm surprised they would say in VeggieTales. Like, they talk about how, like, whoa, well, we're not hush puppies, and Mr. Lund basically just goes, oh, hush puppies, they're fried puppies.
Oh god.
It's like, you see, they're called hush puppies is because when they tried to cook the first one, it was making noise, and the chef kept saying, hush, you see?
You mean to tell me they cook puppies? That's frightening.
Yeah, like, I'm convinced at least a good chunk of that was, like, ad-libbing between Phil and Mike, because, like, you can hear them, like, barely trying to keep character when they're going on spiels like that.
That's usually the best form of, like, commentary from the crew.
What are you doing, James, calling me out like that in front of everyone?
You said it yourself. It's like you're likely gonna. There's gonna be people that'll hear that once it eventually goes up on YouTube.
Huh?
Let me call Larry a himbo, and that Robbie Rodden is by definition a himbo.
I mean,
Robbie
nobody's arguing
Rodden
that.
listen, in his defense, I've seen plenty of people fucking simp for that guy. Rest in peace.
To be
Good
fair,
sir.
despite his apparent penchant for laziness and eating like junk food, he has honestly a very tight figure.
Yeah.
Maybe tight's not the right word. He has a very like trim figure because apparently isn't he like also athletic himself?
No,
I assume
he's.
so.
Isn't he like?
The actor was in real life. I thought he was also athletic or something.
I think he was like a carny before he became like an actual actor.
I believe it. He was a great man.
Oh
He
yeah.
was a fun man. All right, new stages.
A
Ikki, where are we going first?
well-valued man.
Yeah,
Going
even
RoboKing.
even if I even when I was too old for Lazy Town by the time that whole thing came out, I could imagine like that dude was easily one of the highlights of the show.
It's funny
Yeah.
because
I mean,
like when I was growing up, like similar to James, I was kind of outside of the age range for Lazy Town, and whenever I saw clips of it, I was always off-put by it, by the nature of like, oh, half of them
the
are human,
puppet
half
style.
of them are puppets, and the puppets themselves look very uncanny and weird. So it kind of like deterred me from really giving it the time of day until I started seeing Robbie memed all over the Devil Damn Place.
Admittedly,
It's
the only
not-
puppet I remember seeing from like snippets or like clips of that show on Twitter,
The old
back
man.
when Twitter was a thing, was like the fucking Neville Longbottom looking puppet or whatever.
Neville
I think
Longbottom.
I just remember the mayor, who everybody said started looking a lot like the freaking Shinra co-CEO in the 7 remake.
What?
Once they got a good look at him, I'll show you an image later if you have the comparison.
Oh my god.
But
I forget, is that the
Ish.
fat guy that everyone thought was going to be voiced by Mark Hamill?
I think, what am I talking about? We're doing this post, so I can actually grab it right now. While I'm grabbing this, it's time for the animal one, because didn't this also come back from WeHeart?
Yes, it did.
Oh, I guess we're helping.
Specifically, it
Okay.
was for the little tan dog. I think his name was Dr. Katamari.
He wanted a lot. Yeah, he wanted a lot of friends.
Yeah, and for some reason his name is Dr. Katamari. Try to wrap your head around that.
Ah,
Just
Maybe-
by being a dog.
Maybe he was just full of himself, or maybe that's just that could just be one of those cute little pet names that his owner gave him.
his
Does he
name-
have
oh
an
my God,
owner?
The mayor's name is.
See, the
Maybe.
reason why he played this, mission to begin with is because he wants friends.
His freaking name is literally Mayor Means Well.
Major means well. Aww.
He means well.
He's a mean man.
Oh no, it's not the Shinra CEO. Okay, who am I thinking of?
Well, show us a picture, and we might be able to figure it out for you.
Yeah, just
I'm
slap
gonna
it over the Katamari
Yeah,
guy's
I'm gonna
face.
scroll down. I'm gonna scroll down. Scroll down. Oh, maybe it was him. Hang on, let me look him up.
Now, if I remember right, the quota you kind of want to aim for is like around 150. Just like every Pokemon.
Yeah.
Well, except for the one.
Except
Oh,
right.
Palmer.
Palmer?
Palmer.
Laura Palmer?
Right. Oh, that's right. The dipshit.
Yes, the cowardly head of the Rocket Division or whatever. So
You know what? That's right. I vaguely remember actually seeing him in action in Final Fantasy VII Remake, and his actor did sound a lot like Joker.
Here's the comparison being made. I'm not editing this in the video. Look it up yourself. It was memed all over the place.
Oh.
Here are the two characters, Ikki.
What the fuck? Get rid of the hairpiece, and you've got a dead ringer right there.
Yeah.
That's why it was like
What the
mayor
fuck?
Lazy Tail got really mean.
I still fucking laughed at the original Final Fantasy VII. You actually can literally fight this guy.
How
Does he
well
go
does that
down like a
out? How well does
bitch?
how well does that work out for him?
Not well.
I imagine so. He's going against an Omni.
Does he have any attacks other than just like...
I
Flail.
don't remember, honestly.
Maybe
I
as
think
a-
he does summon something, but I could be
Maybe
wrong.
as a gun or something, but
Or like
yeah,
an attack
probably has a
helicopter?
we'll see if Matt can find that. Yeah,
I'm pretty
Um,
sure Shinra Corp has those under their wing, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's the future. They all have assault guns and stuff.
Is it the future?
It's cyberpunk reality, so yeah.
Oh hey, we got a
It's-
pink
I'll-
banana.
I'll say this: it is certainly farther off in the future than from wherever 6 was, and I'd say even farther in the future than wherever 9 was, technology-wise.
I mean,
Yeah.
Final Fantasy IX is more like high fantasy with
This one's
sci-fi
sci-fi
elements.
with, this one's like sci-fi, Midgar is fully. But then it is well because the minute you get out of Midgar, then it's back to fantasy. Anyway,
Kinda, yeah.
hi, Steve. What have you been playing lately?
I'm getting close to finishing my playthrough of Arkham City, getting all that prepped up for when we eventually record that for the channel, because, like I said, I was pretty content with how Asylum turned out, and, I love Arkham City, so I was looking forward to getting that knocked out as well. Currently just planning out how I'm going to do it for the channel. I think it might be 1 or 2 sessions longer than Asylum, depending on how I plan it out. Like, honestly, the big hurdle for me is just trying to get all the Riddler stuff done in advance so that we don't have to worry about that when I go through the game for the channel, because I think I'm probably going to conquer that through New Game Plus just like I did in the original playthrough.
Yeah, I'd say save yourself some hassle and do it that way.
Now, as someone who's never played any of the Arkham games, what are the limits to where you could go in the city?
Well, as
city
far as
limits.
Well, I was about to say, as far as Arkham City goes, it's technically a barricaded chunk of Arkham that was, like, isolated from the rest of the city due to story reasons, so you can only go as far as that area of Gotham.
Are we sure this isn't just like a Gotham take on the Truman Show?
I'm not sure how I can respond to that.
Wherein any attempt of Bruce Wayne trying to escape the barricade or the city limits, there just happens to be something impeding his progress. Like a line of fire across the road, a nuclear power plant going into meltdown.
Or the fourth wall.
No, not even just the wall.
Well, again, like,
Just like a bunch of armed, just like a bunch of like cyborg Batmen will just like tase you and bring you back to Wayne Manor.
Right, well, again, like, as far as Arkham City is concerned, we're mostly confined into it because Bruce is trying to, like, investigate Arkham City and shut it down. I know Arkham Knight is, like, the game in the series. Well, I guess technically Origins does this as too, but, like, some argue Knight does it a bit more expansively, where you can explore the entirety of Gotham. It's just that, you know, Arkham Knight kind of has, like, its own myriad of problems that I'm not gonna expect Logan to redo that, considering how well that game went through.
My biggest problem with it is twofold. My biggest problem is it's a mixture of, first of all, I don't think there's a New Game Plus. At least I don't think there is.
I
forgot.
there might. I'm trying to remember, because I know that's how you record Arkham Origins for us, but I don't know why there wouldn't be one in Arkham Knight.
Let me look it up real quick. But while we're looking it up, I mean, the problem was just that, like, you had a great big map, sure, but the problem was that, like, okay, there is a New Game Plus, my bad.
Okay.
But it's just that you had a great big map, but gosh, Knights showed that they had no idea how to really properly fill that out. Like, City and even Origins, I think, did much more with, like, Broken Heart.
But could we make it bigger? Also, I do believe that netted me King Kong, who you will find situated on top of this mountain.
Oh!
Help! Help!
The elephants are scared, as they should be. You know,
Where's my buddy Godzilla when I need him?
You see, Dr. Katamari, it's not the amount of friends you have, it's the quality of the friends. And King Kong is one friend you don't want to banana off.
Right?
He's a one friend you don't want to monkey around with.
That's the funny wordplay I was going for. Thank you, James.
So, where are we going with this? It's just they just didn't know how to fill out the space with, like, ideas. Like, again, like, random as it is, James can attest because he's been playing some of them. I think the Yakuza games, I think, I think they still do such a solid job of not having the largest open world map, not by a long shot.
Oh yeah, no, like the city is relatively small compared to your traditional, like, hub world, but it's fucking dense with stuff
and
to
I
do.
love that.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like every little nook and cranny, and like every little, like, mini game this or shop that.
And like, I do gotta get back to playing Zero at some point.
Yeah, and like Asylum and City do that as well. Like, it's a little bit easier with Asylum since you're stuck on an island as opposed to a whole city or whatnot. And with City, yeah, it's a lot bigger, but like each district of Arkham City has like enough distinct landmarks to where you can be. It's not that hard. What am I trying to say? You'd have to try really hard to get lost in Arkham City.
Well, and it helps the movement system of, like, the grapnel launcher to, like, fling up and, like, glide around and, like, actually, like, as opposed to, like, the maybe 1 or 2 times it's required in Asylum, the extensive use you get out of the glide in City.
Oh yeah, like, I will admit, like, because, for context, I played Origins not long ago on the Steam Deck, and after that is when I finally went through Asylum and City on the Switch. I will admit, I do kind of miss, having used it a lot in Origins, I do kind of miss its fast travel I wish I had its fast travel when traversing around Arkham City. Like, gliding is still a lot of fun, but, you know, that little bit of quality of life would have been, like, much appreciated.
Yeah, to be able to have access to the Batwing whenever.
Sumo time.
One of my favorite missions from Katamari, We Heart Katamari! With probably one of the best remixes in the game, if you ask me. This one fucking jams. Slime jams.
Thank you, ma'am.
Once
It's
again,
a remix.
it's time to make this.
It's time to make the donuts.
It's time to make our sumo grow.
We're gonna make Jimmy a star. I can't do it.
In Japan.
In Japan.
You will be revered!
In Japan.
Ready for lunch! No time for lunch, Eddie, because we are going to Japan.
That's honestly one of my favorite episodes, just for, like,
It's
I don't know, the
ridiculous, but-
enthusiasm throughout is really fun.
There's
It's
one...
ridiculous, and for me, go ahead.
Sorry, I'll let you continue, but there's one moment that always sticks to my mind when I think of that episode. And I
Like,
even made
in the stomach.
Well, no, what I mean is there's one moment that always sticks to my mind, and like I even remember making a dumb edit of it. It's the bit near the end where their attempt to go to Japan was to use that lamppost as like a slingshot.
As a slingshot. Or a
And, like
trebuchet.
just the slow motion of like Jimmy, the fat Jimmy, as he just launched, he gets up in the air, then just right down on top of the
Immediately
ground.
crashes down.
That was the exact thing I was gonna say. Was that like I feel like that shot, like silhouetted, is like I think that shot makes the entire episode like worth it just for that. Like, here it goes.
It's like for a brief moment you think it's gonna work out, but then
It's not.
you
It's
remember.
identity physics.
Yeah, it's like then you remember. Oh wait, this is the funny cartoon.
Right, remember, we're still... How often do they even leave the cul-de-sac?
If ever. If there even is something beyond the cul-de-sac.
Well, I mean, that's what the movie was for.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll still say it's on the cows come home. I still think that's like one of the most perfect endings to a show ever made.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like honestly, Ed and Eddie just feels like one of those shows where it's like I can't think of any other shows like it aside from like maybe Gravity Falls, where it feels like that type of show where it's like it never like dipped too massively in quality. It stayed relatively consistent, and it never really overstayed its welcome. Like it knew exactly when to end.
Like each and every episode feels worthwhile in some respect.
Right.
Except for the one where Kevin bribed Eddie by revealing his middle name. Like I think that's the
fuck
only one
that
that I'm
one.
not that.
Except for the ending. The ending was kind of like a. The ending of the episode was a bit of pick me up, only because they had somebody else to
My
humiliate.
middle name is Marion.
Marion the Hungarian.
It was one of the it was one of the greatest displays of winning a bet that
Of
I've
high
ever
school
seen.
dickery.
No. I mean the show just in general, like just the act of the show being created, like in and of itself.
As a
was
bet,
great.
Right.
Of like showing off, like, oh yeah.
Oh, watch me do this.
You
Oh
see,
my
I can't.
gosh.
You just have this
That's
one
my
guy
race
who's
ball.
primarily known for making the most graphic shit in the indie animation scene. Then suddenly gets dared to do a kid show, and then it just turns out to be a phenomenon in and of itself.
Cult
I mean, you ever
classic
watch
at least.
his one or two contributions to Liquid TV?
I have no.
All I remember is freaking the Butcher. I forgot his name.
Oh yeah, Lupo the Butcher.
Lupo the Butcher.
If you ever look up on like the Internet Archives are still a thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
They have the entire series of Liquid TV on there, and the first episode actually features like a short animation from Danny and Ikki. It's pretty funny.
I see.
Look at this man. Look how he
Oh.
rolls.
We can make him bigger.
But the problem is that we need to get him to the arena, otherwise it'll be all for nothing.
Yeah, but hey, the
can make
ring's
him bigger.
literally
We
right
have
there,
We can make him bigger.
and we can
have
roll up the cakes.
Like,
Go ahead, Hector.
we can do it. We have the culinary.
The culinary. We have the technology. Whole vending
throws
machines.
computers at the sumo wrestler for him to absorb.
Every taiko drum, every swimmer in this pool.
Every box of ice cream, every hippopotamus
hippo.
eating food.
Stop feeding that hippo.
Yeah, give me the present. There you go. Thank you.
Right.
Let's roll up the food booths. Or
Get to the
roll up
sumo.
the guy,
'cause you
okay.
gotta-
Go time!
See ya! Roll up!
Roll up. You are as big as 38 ice cream freezers.
That's a lot of
444
freezers.
meals.
That is pretty big.
Have you ever seen a sumo wrestler that big?
Never.
Except in cartoon.
Only
Yeah,
in,
that-
only in Majora.
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 The moon.
That's,
that's
not
not
a
a
sumo
sumo.
wrestler. That's the moon.
Dude, the moon jumped up from the top rope and is like slamming down.
Yeah, but it takes
You know
3
what?
days.
When you put it,
I
when
know,
you-
it's a long fall.
exactly. I mean, when you put it that
way.
way, it essentially is the equivalent of a sumo wrestling match.
Oh, no,
except,
you know-
if we lost, the whole world is fucked.
You know
It's
what?
N64's longest ground pound. What's up?
You say sumo ground pounds. I think to me, and again, I'm sorry if you guys are tired of me bringing it up, but it purely because of the reaction you and James had for it. I'm just thinking
Oh,
of Plessy's sumo
Plessy.
slam.
Oh
Oh,
gosh.
it was the choir, it was the zoom in, we weren't ready for
And
it.
people say Mario doesn't have a sense of humor. I mean, it does, but
Yeah, no, like you could definitely argue that's one of the most silliest things that the series has ever done, but to great effect.
Well, silly things outside
In the
of like some of
main
the
games.
RPGs.
That's true. Hey,
'Cause I don't know, I
remember when
still
Mario
think-
fought it?
I still think Guess Again Nerd is a pretty funny bit.
Yeah, fair.
What's up, James?
Hey, remember when Mario fought a monster literally designed by Tetsuya Nomura?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, we're doing these missions again. Ugh.
Actually, now that I think about it, probably the funniest thing I can think of is like literally in a sports game where Mario got to fight a fucking Final Fantasy behemoth.
That's
Was it Behemoth
In
or
the
Bahamut?
art,
It was
It
it,
was Bahamut.
it was a
It was
be- it was it was a behemoth. Bahamut was planned to be in Sports Mix, but got canned.
What?
just beating him up with the what was it? Was it basketball or soccer?
I think dodgeball.
Okay, so the way the fight worked, from what I immediately remember, I know we did the recording of it and everything like years ago.
Yeah.
Was that you and your team of either 2 or 3 take down Behemoth using similar skills to all of the sports that you've been playing, whether it be dodgeball, hockey, basketball, and what was the fourth one again? Volleyball. And I don't think they explicit like. I remember that there's like the occasional meteor that you use as like the basketball account like thing. You use like you can unleash like a magical hockey stick as like a means to counter or deflect his some of his shots.
Uh-huh.
So what you're telling me is that this game didn't have a Sporticus DLC?
No.
Nope.
Never will. But I still recall that it was like, of all things, like it was either Sport Mix or 3v3. Like just one of them had like the most like the tightest controls and like actually satisfying game feel that I did not expect.
That
Mario Hoops 3-on-3.
yeah, I was about to say Hoops. Like Hoops is the sad thing about Mario Hoops, and I'm pretty sure I brought this up when we did that look at ages ago. That I think as a game is great only because it works with it's a game that works because it works with how do I put this? It's a game that you can't really make work on anything other than the DS or 3DS.
It's like Kid Icarus Uprising in that regard.
Kid Icarus Uprising. I feel that game would have been so much better if it wasn't a 3DS game.
Oh yeah, to have gyro on the Switch. But continue, Steve.
I just find it funny that like you make the mention of how like that game only really works on the DS, which it's really weird when you think about it, because this is an argument you've seen like a lot of people do with like a lot of games. So like, oh, why use like very gimmicky ways of controlling characters when a button press can do the job just fine? I mean, like we have not that long ago we have the Donkey Kong Country Returns port come out, and instead of using the Wiggle Waggle, which I forget, is Wiggle Waggle still an option at least in HD?
It is.
Okay,
You
but
have
like,
to. You can only do it through the Joy-Cons though.
okay, but my point is
Do
that
that
like
ass backwards thing they did with Rodea the Sky Soldier, in which they ported not the console version, but the portable version to the console?
They did.
Why?
Well, for the extra content, Ikki.
Yeah, but couldn't they just remake that wholesale on using the base? Like the HD base?
I mean, I'll give credit where it's due. The only thing that really butchered with the HD version of Donkey Kong Country Returns was the multiplayer. Otherwise, I'd still say the game runs about as well as it did on the Wii.
Right, but
Was there multiplayer?
yeah,
Yeah,
since the
one
original
player was
game.
DK, the other was Dimmy. Like Hype and I did a whole playthrough of the original Wii game a while ago.
Yeah, and I think at like the last two worlds of it, you could tell that I was sick during that time because my voice was wrecked beyond repair at that point.
Oh, so you had the cool sick guy voice.
But I mean, you if that's what you want to call it, sure. I mean, I guess it did
It's
make
what
some
Logan
moments
called
funnier.
it.
Oh, we did it. Let's see if we got it.
Remember, gotta be on the spot.
Remember,
Ikki,
this
have you
counts.
ever tried to like cheat or like put like a bit of cellophane or something to like
It
try
doesn't
to, like,
work
do the
like
logo?
that.
It doesn't.
It just doesn't.
Anyway, so before we got sidetracked, the reason that I brought that up is because, you know, the whole notion of, like, people are like, oh, why bother with, like, the gimmicky controls when it's a simple button press.
Off by one.
Ugh.
But, like, you know, people are like, oh, you just assign it to a button, that'll work just as fine. I find it funny that, like, apparently Mario Basketball is the only instance where just assigning it to a button press isn't enough for people.
It isn't.
Yeah, it really isn't, because I think the thing that really does it is that the touchscreen to dribble around is probably the thing that saves it.
It's so fun.
And also being able to do all those cool shots and whatnot.
And being able to...
It's one of the rare few times where, you know, they use it to such a great effect where it really can't be replicated on anything else. And when they tried to do it, it just came out as a more mid product.
Well, not to mention, didn't Sports Mix come out at a time where people were kind of moving away from the Wii and going towards the Wii U?
Not,
Or at
yeah,
least
not
going towards
it
the
wasn't.
3DS?
It was around the time when the Wii was starting to hit its slump. Yes.
So what we're saying is, stay tuned for James's coverage of SSX World Tour.
Ricky Winterboard. That's the only
You
thing I
know
know
what?
about SSX.
Maybe I should do a look at it, both that and Hoops 3 on 3 with the freaking tacky ass Mario skins.
I would love to play Mario Hoops 3 on
Funny.
3.
And I forget, did that Looney Tunes one just kind of come and go with like?
Oh
Yeah, it came in and went like a wet fart.
Yeah,
Looney Tunes
essentially. Like,
Sports Mix?
I think it did get one DLC character.
Oh, shit.
What's up?
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a dangerous Katamari this time.
How would you
Why
make
is it
it
dangerous?
dangerous?
Because turns out, we gotta roll dangerous shit and we gotta reach 3,000 kilometers.
We gotta
big is
save the world.
We gotta roll up all the dangerous.
So okay, and it may have even been here that we may have, and I don't know if it was here or a later session, but we may be here where we finally realized that it was the emulator's problem. We'll find out.
Let's find out together.
Anyway, continue, Steve.
So, like I was saying, like, I think it did get one DLC character down the road, like in the form of Yosemite Sam of all characters. But yeah, outside of that, I have not heard like a whole lot of updates regarding it, which, again, considering it's a Gamer Mill entertainment game, I can't say I'm like terribly surprised. Like, honestly, what's it?
It's funny you bring that up, because I do remember, like, when that game was coming out, there was, like, the original, like, there was the base version of the game, and then there was, like, the digital deluxe version of the game. And the primary perk of that digital deluxe game was that, yes, they included Yosemite Sam as an extra character. And I'm just like, huh?
Yeah, it's like,
How is this man who is probably one of the more prolific Looney Tunes villains not one of the main part of the base cast?
That is odd, but
Like, you think it would make more sense to have fucking Sam Sheepdog take that role, or Witch Hazel?
But yeah, like, honestly, just going off that and a bunch of other Gamer Mill related games, like the Avatar game and the King Kong game, I'm starting to think that the next Smash Brothers games are just kind of like flukes, in a sense of like they seem to be the only games attached to their name that are actually worth a spit.
Yeah, the next
Budget, direction,
And effort.
that too.
and also how much the executive is shoving up the devs' ass.
Yeah.
True.
We gotta have.
Or
we gotta
shoving,
have.
excuse me, Or shoving their own heads up their asses.
See, we gotta have the Smash Brothers, but we gotta make sure that it's the brothers and the Smash.
And you'll be hooked on the brothers, sir.
No, that would be Illumination Entertainment's jurisdiction, and we don't own them.
Yet.
No, they own themselves.
They own us.
Yeah, that's much more appropriate.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I just love how defeated you sounded there.
It's just like, sir, there's no, it ain't happening. I know.
They own us. You little like you see all the employees just walking around on their pants as a little property of Illumination.
Yeah, as you're seeing here,
Did you say
bigger
they were
and better than
pantsless?
ever. Really, truly making use of the power of the PlayStation 3.
Nice.
You could even see the horizon.
Because we're not even, because we're just barely over a thousand of how big we need to get.
Oh dear.
Like, how much bigger do we need to be? Do we need to be so big we actually got to wrap up the Earth?
James, man, you don't know how right you are, because we're about to hit 3K!
Oh shit!
Eventually, there we go!
Look at it all.
It's a crazy
Okay.
mixed-up world where anything can happen!
It's a
Topsy-turvy?
topsy-turvy world.
Look at everything
Oh, very
flying
cute.
around!
Just tiny little specks. Let's...
And...
About the size of Mickey Rooney.
Oh, that's a big gift.
Okay, I appreciate you knew what I was referencing.
And do note, though, Aw. And do note, though, that as you're getting bigger and having to travel far greater distances, you will get to the points where eventually your cousin will actually have to tire out if you continue to dash. Oh, hey, Jumbomen. If you dash too many times.
Right.
Also, this is the awkward part of the stage where, those things flying around up above, they can knock you around pretty heavily,
Oh,
I'm
boy.
sure.
and it's pretty hard to keep an eye out for them.
Yeah, they're huge, and they're moving
And they're
so
just
quickly.
zipping past! It's as if the laws of speed mean nothing to them.
Curses.
Well, so maybe it's just me, but does it feel a little weird that we can actually see, our character there even rolling the Katamari at all? Aren't these things supposed to be pint-sized?
She grew
Yeah,
up.
did he grow bigger? He grew fast.
She. It's
He grew
Marcy.
fast. Oh, Marcy.
I mean, heck, imagine if you're still playing as the princess by this point in time.
Nah, he'd probably remain the same size. But that's
He
okay.
never will grow up.
And he'll grow up eventually, don't worry.
Everyone else can shapeshift, meanwhile the prince can't do shit.
Also, you might have just noticed the royal present is just floating around.
Yep. And now we are officially big enough to be well over the continent. So dash away all.
Though I will
Hopefully
say,
pick up
the
some
most,
constellations
the
if
more
we can.
dangerous stuff that you can roll easily is like near the beginning of the stage.
Yeah, like
Because
volcanoes and stuff.
we're just under like 500 points worth of danger on the dangerometer, but that's not really that high a score.
No.
What I'm saying is I could have done this mission way better.
I mean, hey, we're not expecting perfection at Ikki. Just so long as you've reached the base goal, it's not a big deal.
I mean,
I just like
you
rolling
already-
things around.
You already sucked up a lot of these continents up already, because I'd say that's a sizable, job done.
Your
I mean,
Katamari's
how
as
big?
as
How
20
big
20
can I roll up? How big do I have to be to roll up the likes of Paris or the United States of America? Oh shit!
Not that, right?
Well, I guess this is the last part of our commentary ever because we're just gyrating across the cosmos.
Oh, Mickey, you think this is as big as we're gonna get this?
No,
You think
No.
too small, my friend.
I'm not thinking at all. I'm just letting my
Before
mouth.
this in advance, you should know.
I'm just letting my mouth gibber about.
Chipper around.
You may be thinking how we're still recording this commentary after we literally been assimilated into a Katamari.
Well, it's because
Well,
we're doing
goodbye.
this post commentary.
And yes,
This
he is
event
now
already
ins-
happened.
And yes, he is now inside the turtle. We'll bring you more.
Oh yeah, that's the twist, everybody. We're all recording from heaven because we all died.
No, we're all part of this new planet that we're about to create, the Danger
Absolutely.
Planet.
But I do love. But yes, I was just sort of thinking. And yes, he is now actually inside
The turtle. We'll be back after these short messages.
Tickle, tickle, tickle. Yeep.
And just the freaking like pupil dilating of this incredible like singing beast. And just
Also, as it turns out, the moral of the story, the most dangerous object known to man, nature.
Of course. And also that guy. He's in.
You know what?
How is he always in that full body cast? Oh,
Yes.
God, not you.
Oh dear.
Oh boy.
But you know
Don't
what?
forget
You're right.
those-
I
Don't
was
forget,
led to
she can lend out those power globes on her front.
But you know what? You're right. I was led to believe that man was the most toxic, horrible thing in existence. But you're right. It actually is just nature. So we need to go online
Yes.
and cancel nature.
So saith the man.
Sometimes you have to destroy nature in order to protect it.
If you excuse me, I'm gonna go put up my twit longer against Mother Nature.
So no, it is now time for. We thought that was big, and now they're like, okay, you're gonna go bigger now.
Are we?
I think this one just said make it the largest Katamari possible that we know of. So
Yeah,
poor
but it's not
RoboKing
gonna be
is
that big.
Poor RoboKing is still feeling pretty down.
Yeah.
I'm a RoboKing, and I'm very unconfident in my abilities. So I'm going to make you do the job.
What?
Bye.
And that was how the prince went out. No, okay.
Oh boy, it's this one.
Oh.
Yeah. But
I
first we
hate
don't have
this
to worry about
mission.
this.
So remember the original Katamari where you have to roll up the Katamari to a meter
Yes.
within like 10 minutes?
Oh,
How about
only
we
a
cleave
bit-
that time in half?
That more than half. You're only at 4 minutes now.
Well, I mean the last 59 seconds or so count as a minute.
Ah, okay, fair
Yeah,
enough.
technically we did start right on the dot.
But yeah, there is
yeah.
a very specific method to reaching the goal for this mission.
And,
Namely, like
once-
rolling stuff up.
And once again, similar with the reason why we're doing this in post-comm is Ikki had to do many retries to get that to get the golden run.
I did. And I am not proud of it.
Again,
I
so-
think this one took me like half an hour just to get like to a meter.
the golden run, the perfect chaos.
The perfect
Which I'm still waiting. Apart from that, kind of honestly a bit of an underwhelming. Like, hey, you'll get to eat food from the movie-ish in some theaters. I'm hoping that there'll be more substantial. That lead is definitely floating on our Katamari. Anyway, I'm hoping there'll be more substantial announcements for that Goofy movie thing. What's up?
Even Tara noticed the comment that I made about you two calling fucking Larry a himbo.
No, which I guess like, I'm hopeful that they'll be able to join us in some of these.
I'm waiting for the HD re-release of a Goofy movie just so we could get the soup can popcorn bucket where once you finish the popcorn you just have to see the letters "Hi Dad" on the bottom.
Right? Also, I guess we,
It's
I
like,
guess we-
wait, but I'm the son of the dad.
And I guess we could talk about that hype if you want. So apparently there's been some leaked characters for Marvel Rivals now through the dialogue interactions.
Oh yeah,
thought they
because
can't-
I found those, and like, you know, some of them I kind of expected. Some of them definitely took me by surprise.
I
I'll
think
say
the
two
company.
of them.
Wait, didn't the company running Marvel Rivals just say that? Oh, we're no longer doing the game anymore.
See, that's the thing. There were two teams, Ikki. There was the actual like game and art. It's like the actual game structure design guys. They were in
The actual
Washington.
developers of the game, like the big boys, like they're situated down in China. The people that got laid off recently, you know, unfairly, I feel, was like a subsidiary for them down in what was it, Seattle?
Yeah, a partner program over here, but probably. I'm not going to say they were justified, but I could see that they would rationalize it as it's more expensive to run two companies like overseas than to just have one. Let's be honest, probably working for far cheaper in China than if they were employed here in the States.
Or better yet, why not just bring the Chinese developers here? So they
Assuming
can
they-
work together with the main team, right?
But
Money,
that-
control, I'm sure there's a lot of things.
Well, Ikki, that would require them moving to America, and no one wants to
Or
be in
that would
America right
require
now.
them, or that would require them paying money.
Oh, that too.
But in order to name a couple of them that we're seeing here, because Lord knows this video is probably not going to get out fully by the time that happens. There's apparently leaked lines found that involve, and if it is not, just mute your ears for the next 30 seconds.
Cover your ears and hum.
apparently, like, 2 interactions are freaking hit monkeys gonna be in the game now.
Yeah, apparently that surprised me. The fact that like, because like outside of that one like miniseries that he had, and you know whatever he does in the comics, I have not heard like any like real fanfare regarding Hitmonkey. So the fact that he's in the game is, I mean, it's interesting. Like I do not mind whenever Marvel games try to highlight lesser known characters. I mean, like you could argue they're doing that with Luna Snow to an extent. And, you know, even Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, a game I really like, it has a couple of characters that are kind of relatively obscure, like Elsa Bloodstone and whatnot.
And then
You guys saw
who-
that though, right?
Yeah, a long face.
No, not Long Dennis. I'm talking about the mom running out the door and through the
Oh yeah, you
wall.
grabbed her.
No, the mom ran through the wall like a ghost.
Oh, I didn't see that bit.
Was the mom truly there to begin with?
Yeah, she was in the den watching TV, really bored.
Maybe she didn't exist at all. And then who is Frost?
Oh, you mean Emma Frost?
Emma Frost. Yeah, Emma Frost will be in it.
Oh
Is
yeah,
Emma
makes
Frost
sense.
the name of the actress?
no, Emma Frost is a character.
Oh, I'm thinking
from-
Emma Stone. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine, but yeah, Emma Frost is a character from the X-Men series. She's known for she's a powerful telepath, and she also has, you know, she can change back and forth between a diamond skin form that makes her stronger, but I think it also limits her telepathy. I think people are a bit inconsistent with that when they write that.
That doesn't sound very frosty at all.
Sounds fun though.
The most I still remember is how goofy she sounded when we beat her ass in the X-Men arcade game.
Well, everyone sounded goofy in that game.
I mean, honestly, it's weird because, like, I know when we did that game, we also followed that up by with watching the actual Pride of the X-Men, like, pilot episode that aired way back when, and it's like, man, her voice was just off.
It's so funny because, like, I like to think some of the voice work in that is actually, you know, holds up fairly well. Like I think,
Oh, yeah.
you know, Magneto, Xavier, some of the X-Men, I think they hold up fine. But yeah, then you get, like, some of the other villains, like Emma and Toad, where it's like, yeah, I think it's good that they no longer sound like this in future things.
And need we remind ourselves of Australian Wolverine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although you could say it's kind of ironic, considering one of the most, like, praised versions of Wolverine is played by an Australian.
That's fair. That is totally fair.
Fun fact: did you know that the son of Wolverine actually went to the same school as me?
Huh.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? That's cool.
But I
Well-
guess we could talk more about marvelous things next part, because
Yep. That's it for this one. So yeah. Join us in the next session. We still got plenty more of Katamari rolling to do. It is forever after all. So join us as we will continue to pray for good internet service on the new planet of which we are residing on.
this is a new forever gameplay. We're never going to stop playing Katamari.
Oh dear.
Yep,
We'll see you all next time as soon as we roll up some new tangents.
Yay!
Roll!